The full soul loatheth the honeycomb, but to the bitter soul, any bitter thing is sweet. This is what Proverbs chapter 27, verse 7 tells us. And this is true. This is something I experienced firsthand. I remember back when I was in the world, back when I was running the streets, back when I used to be going to bars and clubs. I had a best friend. We did everything together, man. We had all of the same interests. We just wanted to party. We just wanted to drink. We were trying to, meet women and just live a wild life. And we were just enjoying ourselves. And I remember we met at a significant time. I had just gotten out of a bad relationship. He had just gotten out of a bad relationship, moved down here. He didn't have a ton of friends. I didn't have a ton of friends. And we just clicked. We both loved cars. We both wanted to party. We both wanted to drink. We both were, looking to move on from our past relationships. And just like that, we started going out. I remember this guy, man, there was something special about him. And I told him this, you know, people just loved who he was, especially women. Women would just flock to him. Women would just come to him. He always had women coming up to him, always had women approaching him, always had women coming on to him. He really didn't even have to do much. All he had to do was show up. But me, on the other hand, I remember I was constantly ignored by women. I was constantly turned down, constantly rejected. I was constantly treated like I was a ghost, like I didn't exist. Women would walk past me like I didn't exist. They didn't even acknowledge me. But when they saw him, it was like he was an actor. He was a famous celebrity. He was somebody big. It was like he was just known. And lots of people, when they go through this with a friend, they will get jealous. And I did not get jealous, but I always did wonder, what is it about him that makes him so desirable? And I was in a dark place during this time because while I had him as a friend, I was still very lonely. I still wanted something real. That's something that I always wanted in my life. I always wanted something real with a woman, but it was like I couldn't get that. And this verse tells us from Proverbs, when someone is full, they don't even want honey. And that's how it was from him. He had so many women all over him, so many women trying to get at him. He was turning down some of the most attractive women. He was ghosting some of the most attractive women. He was brushing off some of the most attractive women. He had options to choose from. But then when you looked at me, it was like, man, I'm just begging for scraps. And that's a very dark and bad place to be in. And the point of this video is, do not settle for less. Because lots of times when you're in that dark place, when you're willing to take anything or anyone, when you're just willing to settle, when you just want something and you think something is better than nothing, that's how the devil traps you. Because the devil will send you someone, the devil will send you something, and that something or that someone was sent to destroy you. Because you're picking from the bottom of the barrel. Because first, he doesn't want you to acknowledge your worth. He doesn't want you to know who you truly are. And don't get me wrong, another thing I want to tie into this video, because I have a 2-part series I'm about to release, one for men and one for women. But you have to work on yourself. A lot of times when we get rejected in life, when we're ignored, when people treat us like we're nothing and we're nobody, or people don't acknowledge us, it is God's protection. But sometimes it's because we have not worked on ourselves. Sometimes it's because we're still battling demonic strongholds and demons and evil spirits, and we're still holding on to this world, and that's who I was. So you have to work on yourself, but don't settle for less. Work on yourself mentally. Start reading, start studying, work on yourself spiritually, start reading the Bible, start praying to the Most High, start fasting, and work on yourself physically. Start getting yourself looking better. Skincare, beard routine. If you're a guy, start hitting the gym. If you're a woman, work on your body. Start going for a more natural appearance where you can make yourself naturally look more beautiful without having to alter yourself with fake man-made things that were made just to destroy you. And the point of this video, like I said, is don't settle for less. Because like it says, the person who has enough to eat, they're not even going to want the honey. But to the person who has nothing, even something bitter, even something bad is going to seem like it's sweet. And that's how we get trapped, because lots of people are willing to sleep with the devil if it means that they'll have someone by their side versus being alone. And that's a very scary place to be. So work on yourselves, improve, and never be willing to settle for the bottom of the barrel or for the worst, even if it means you have to be alone for a while. I hope this video helps some of you. Have a blessed day.